come to expect that and nothing more.
Starting with our first match, we have a Wario versus Sora.
So Wario, we got the MallardDuck. So I'm
Yeah, I think both these people were in the pool that I was in.
And falling into free fall out of that up special, not quite getting high enough to.
Yeah, Sora was definitely Cyko's main, so it's he's able to pull off some combos that I just had trouble like watching out for. Like you know that he has it in his arsenal, but like you're never ready for it, and that was one of them.
I think that one of the trickiest things about Sora in general is how delayed he is as a character. He can come up with a special and then go straight into that triple dash.
Yeah. And it's funny, we were talking about Wario before all these matches started because of just like the fear of running off the map with his motorcycle and stuff. So it's good to see someone bring him out.
Now Mallard's above 100%, but
yep, took advantage of that right there.
Yeah. I think that beginning SD kind of put him in a little bit of a disadvantage to try to get back.
Yep.
That move right there is probably that side B for Sora is probably one of my least favorite moves in the game.
That's the one I was talking about. That's like it's in his arsenal, but it's always so hard to dodge all three of those hits or block through them all.
Yeah, it comes out so fast and it's tracking.
Yeah, and then even to be honest, once he's finished with the combo, he still has quick reaction, bring up his shield or pull some other up.
Right. I haven't actually seen a lot of kind of neutral B, the Fire Arga, Thunder Arga, Glacier Arga.
Yeah.
He's really using them in a seasoned sort of way.
Yeah, really aggressive for a Sora instead of playing it as a ranged character. Playing against that character myself, I noticed that he was really looking forward to using that Thunder version of it on you. He'd kind of burn the Blizzard and Fire to prepare that combo as an edge killer. It was a really good back A attack from Wario right there.
And this is one of those matchups where he's got Waft. So all it takes is for him to combo a little bit, get that percentage up just a little bit more. And if he can get close enough to hit with Waft, then that can be the end of the match.
Oh.
Good DI from MallardDuck. That's such a scary situation. Your shield gets so low and you kind of wonder to yourself, how long do I need to hold this?
Yeah. You mentioned earlier about that psych out of the screen implying that that's going to be the kill right there. And then Wario toughed it out and survived and kept fighting.
And that'll be enough there.
Yep. It's a really good first round.
Yeah.
They seem pretty evenly matched, which is good to see.
They do. Without that early SD,
maybe
you kind of wonder how that would have gone. But that's part of the game, right? Is the mental fortitude and making sure that you've got your plans together and execute them without hesitation, or else you might lose an opportunity.
Yeah, this game can very much be punishing on mistakes like that. So, all right, kind of waiting to see what they choose to do next. If they're going to stick with the same characters or switch it up.
I have a good sense that MallardDuck, playing random characters most often, probably will switch it up. So for me, the question really is Cyko going to switch up from Sora?
I kind of doubt it. Playing with him in the pool and stuff like that, that seemed to be his go-to, the one he felt most comfortable with. And when you're in a tournament like this, going away from that comfort zone is always something you want.
There's also consideration about what stage will play into each person's strengths.
Yeah, you're right.
So I feel like Sora's a character that can kill relatively easily off the top of the stage. So if you have stages that have lower blast zones, then that might be an advantage.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's a good point.
Ultimately, with that side B move from Sora, what are some of the things that you kind of take into account in trying to deal with that move that seems so impenetrable?
I mean, it's so much harder to dodge when you're in the air compared to when you're on the ground. You can hold your shield through it, and it really doesn't even damage your shield that much if you just remember to hold it long enough. Remember that it's got 3 attacks. Be patient through that. And then there's usually a little bit of time for a counterattack, particularly if you're close enough. Sometimes, if on that third one, it starts off close to your character and really pushes through you far enough away, it's hard to make that distance count before they're able to kind of defend themselves again. So the timing of that's really, really critical.
I find myself often wanting to punish that move, and for some reason, it's one of those moves that gets through you fast enough that even like Lil Max Super Armor doesn't necessarily become effective on it.
Yeah.
Like, it won't knock me back, but also I won't get the hit on it.
Right.
Because
Right.
it's already past me.
Yeah, like you said, it's a hard one to punish for sure.
So we're going to Hollow Bastion. A little bit shorter stage with the one platform in the middle.
Yep. That'll make it harder to kind of save yourself off the edge when it's just in the middle like that.
One thing that we haven't necessarily seen a lot of in the previous pools is these kind of stage selections. They've done a lot of battlefield forms. So this will be interesting to see how they deal with different forms.
Richter off to an early lead. Good down dodge.
That's one thing that's hard, is trying to get the right distance to get those projectiles going to zone out.
Oh no, that's the problem with that air attack from Sora. And then we were talking earlier about what's the good defense to that. Richter had it. Mallard had that perfect with that perfect parry on that third attack to be able to immediately punish that move.
There's no coming back from it after that.
Right.
You can side B out of the up B, but after the side B's done, you're just falling.
Yeah, you can see Sora doing that Thundra as an edge guard. It's a really good edge guard.
He's being consistent with it. That
Really
F
good block and
smash
punish.
turnaround.
Yes.
Sora's a character that moves a little bit slower, but has the ability to both hit hard and combo.
And Mallard doing so good with that dodge. Oh, beautiful axe attack.
And now he's trying to set up that kind of gauntlet of projectiles.
I didn't see that boomerang come back down low. Yeah.
Great awareness to catch that landing by MallardDuck.
Yeah, he set it up very well by getting the dodge's axe early, leaving with only one spot to land, really. Really able to capitalize on that.
And now you see him just kind of setting up the stage a lot more the way he wants it to, instead of having to play to Sora's aggression up close.
Yes. He knew exactly where he was going to be with those.
Wow. Great execution by MallardDuck. To start off not quite having the rhythm and find it over the course of that game.
Yeah, his learning curve with that was really high. It was really cool to see.
Ultimately, that's one of the biggest things that differentiates people who have just mains they play versus people who can play anything, is being able to make those adjustments over the course of the game. I mean, you're much more that kind of player. You play lots of different characters.
Yeah, I love to, I don't know, I don't want to get bored with the same person, so I love to bounce around. There's about 8 or so I feel comfortable with. And, some are better than others, but I don't want someone to get used to me like that, so I like being able to mix it up.
I'll be like, that's okay. Go ahead and get used to me. Get used to me.
Get used to
beating you.
losing to me.
Yeah!
I knew where that was going. John and I play many games together, and when he'll try to mix it up, and he's a really good player, but it's Little Mac's the one that I just can't top him with.
One of these days, man. You haven't really been playing competitively all that long, so it just takes kind of getting used to the mindset and putting in the time. You're getting there.
Yeah, your competitiveness is really contagious, and this is one of those things.
All right, so we've got MallardDuck on Banjo-Kazooie. And again, Sora's the pick for Cyko. This will be an interesting matchup because you know, Banjo has the ability to use some projectiles to set up the arena the same way, but they're maybe not quite as oppressive as Richter's projectiles.
That was an interesting stalemate there.
Ooh, the shield into the down
read.
smash. Oh, and he's just a little. I've done that so many times where you feel like.
Just out of range.
Yeah.
All right, an early kill by Mallard.
And now it's up to Cyko to kind of find some different things in his toolkit. How is he going to vary that up?
You can tell Mallard's gotten used to that dash attack. Or that over B attack.
Which is not an easy feat either.
Agreed.
I feel like between that and just like projectile play off the stage, I can't tell you how many times I get hit by that stuff.
That was an example of Mallard reading it pretty well, but just kind of letting his guard down just a little too early on that attack.
The spot dodge for the first two, or the first of those, and then the shield for the next two.
Right.
Now he's varying up his defensive options.
Yeah, anything you can do to make yourself unpredictable. Good comeback kill. I swear when I was playing and not commenting, wasn't coughing at all, then now that I'm sitting here in the big chair.
Trying to catch the landing off the ledge. He's doing that one thing that invincible breaks in that
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Now it's like saying, I have 5, but you only have 3 stocks. More than enough.
Good up A. Or up B.
Cyko tried to use that downing to create kind of an aggressive wall.
It's got a wider range than you'd really expect of it. But it does have a bit of recover time from it after. That was close. Yeah, good counter there from Mallard.
And Cyko, I think, probably got just a little bit of luck with that ledge.
Yeah, especially the comeback attack off of it so quickly. Oh, good dodge from Cyko on that. And a good comeback counter. Yeah.
That's a little bit of the downside.
There's that Thunder edge guard. Perfectly executed. Didn't take long for him to respawn and get that final kill, though. Great job from Mallard.